So, what does a well-designed online lesson include? Here are some tips. Let's try to incorporate those. The author here referred to them as the high touch. I like that. The tactile learning. Even though our students are at home, it doesn't mean they can't be touching things, moving the mouse around if they have it, adjusting their headphones, typing keys, and bringing that learning into your lesson. So the more collaborative activities where kids are required to have their hands on the keyboard, the better. They're not only going to be learning, of course, the keyboarding skills, but they're going to be learning that this class is very active, that I cannot just sit back and listen and potentially doze off, that I can focus on my game over here when I'm pretending that I'm listening to you. So we want those high touch activities, learning opportunities embedded regularly in everybody's lesson. And this goes along with it. Some ideas for that interactivity. Games. Many of the games, I love games, obviously. Many of the games that you've been using for years in class can be easily adapted. And they probably already have been adapted to an online format. So let's use those. Let's incorporate that. I'd be thrilled to help you use games and incorporate them into any kind of lesson you want. Just feel free to reach out anytime. Simulations are also a great way to include that interactivity. That could be with groups, that could be with individual kids. So by simulations, we're talking about the students going in and a website and clicking here and the spring pops up, launching this over there and determining the velocity. Great for math, science, engineering, but there are also simulations that are focused on language arts, on ELD, and on history too. Lots of web pages. It's super simple to embed a web page, a whole web page, into your lesson and have the kids explore a simulation on their own. The interactive videos too. Videos are important. This generation of kids and many of our teachers grew up with videos. YouTube is king, and TikTok. So let's present those videos as an interactive option for learning. No more than 5 minutes of a video at any time. We want the learning to happen either while they're watching the video or directly after it. Make the videos interactive. Pause. Ask questions. Our Nearpod and Pear Deck are wonderful at doing that. You can shorten those videos to whatever segment you would like. Personalized learning. We've been talking about this since at least the 60s that I know of. Making learning personalized for students. Offer them choice in how they learn the content we want them to learn, how they share it with you. Personalize that a pathway for them, connecting right back into the games. What kind of a path could student A take versus student B versus student C? If they all arrive at the objectives at the end, the expected lesson outcomes, let's let them explore how to get there. So also including those individualize the learning for students as much as we can. And finally, the screen's blocking a little bit, but it says challenging, rigorous activities that connect to the students in a personal way, real world. And emphasizing there, not simply just consuming information, but actually producing something. This is where we can tie in connections to our classroom from the outside. There's experts all over the world that you can bring into a Zoom meeting to share something, or interview them with like Loom here and insert that video. If you want to get an engineering or a physics concept out, why not interview an engineer about it and let them explain? You're doing math, why not interview a contractor or a craftsman who can tell you all about fractions and show you about that? This is an incredible opportunity we have to bring the world to our students. So think about that as well. Include those challenging activities. that are high interest to kids.